Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap, podcast number 1320. Networking Riches 2.0 Day 2 review. So, how was your weekend? How is it going and everything else? We had a fantastic day today with the brand new version of Networking Riches. It was awesome. We started the day with, meeting new people, doing that little networking thing before, greeting people as they come in. Everything's done virtually, and you get all my eyeliner out. Sorry about the raccoon eyes. That's the wrong eye. That's the one. We'll fix that later. So we got started with day 2, greeting everybody as they came in. Met some new people that weren't there yesterday that had registered but weren't able to make it yesterday. They came in today, which was awesome. And the first thing that we did was a recap of day 1. And during that recap, somebody made a comment in chat, and one of the coaches turned around and said to Casey, bring this person up so that he can tell you what he just put in the chat. And that led into an impromptu breakthrough session, which was amazing. It was phenomenal. It was beyond amazing. It was phenomenal. There was just and I said, my thought was, we are beyond golden nuggets here. We're talking platinum nuggets of information being dropped right now. And just the ideas that were flowing, it was going so fast. I've just got to wait for the recording to come out so I can go back and take notes, because it was just nugget after nugget after nugget after nugget that was just being dropped in this thing. And it was mind blowing. And that sort of like set the tone for the day, and it just took off from there. Casey didn't get much into doing the recap of the day before he was asked by one of the coaches to bring this person in. So he did. And there was just nugget after nugget after nugget dropped. And that set the baseline for the day. And we just went up from there. It was an incredible day. We ended the day with 2 great breakthrough sessions, which were excuse me, both of them. Again, lots of nuggets being dropped. So there was a lot of nuggets dropped in 3 breakthrough sessions today. One was impromptu. The other 2, was during our breakthrough zone time. The other one was during our recap time. But it was just phenomenal. We left that. I left that thing. I was totally and utterly mentally and physically exhausted. And we finished at 1:00. And we did a team debrief afterwards, and then as soon as we got off the team debrief, I said to Zephy, I said, right, now I'm having breakfast. It's 1:00 in the by the stage it was 1:30 in the afternoon. I still had breakfast. I had grabbed a protein. There's times when I know I've got online events coming up where I grab pre-made plant-based protein shakes and keep them in the refrigerator for me, because I know that during some of the break times there isn't enough time to make a shake. Or make one, and then I've got to put it back on the blender to just mix it up and that sort of thing. So I just get the pre-made ones. And so that's basically all I'd had this morning, a banana and some protein and a couple of protein shakes. That was it. That was my breakfast this morning. And so I said to Zephy, as soon as I got off, I said, well, first I need to get changed. So I went in the bedroom to get changed, and I thought, that bed looks so good. And so I got it ready for me to take a nap. And then I walked back out and I thought, no, I need food. The brain needs food. And I got out and I was going through some of because I always save the chat. And I was going through some of the notes in the chat and things, and just realizing how, it was such an impactful day. And there were nuggets in the chat. And I knew, based on the time, I knew what was going on in Networking Riches at the time that those comments were made. And some people were repeating some of the nuggets that had just been mentioned, or were putting in their own nuggets and things. And I mean, we were in a platinum mine. We were not in a gold mine. We had, somebody said palladium was more expensive than platinum. So I think we had gone but we had definitely moved from mining the bronze, silver, and gold to mining just platinum. It was the ideas, the thoughts, the nuggets were just the ideas, the thoughts, the tips, the tricks were just a whole nother level. I have been attending Networking Riches since they started this in 2014. There's only 2.5, or maybe it's 2.5 that I have missed since 2014. So that was what, 9 years, almost 9 years ago, because I did the first Networking Riches in March of 2014, and so almost 9 years. I've only missed 2.5 Networking Riches. This one that we did this weekend, the 2.0, hands down, by far, by miles, by stratospheres above what we had been doing before. Just by Casey making a few tweaks on how he presented everything, the stories that got told, uplifted everything to a whole new level. It was incredible, and it got me fired up. And people, somebody came in and made a mention of a particular website that they use when they're talking with people and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had totally forgotten about that website. I used to do the same thing, and I'm like, thanks for the reminder about that site, because and even Casey says, oh, Helen will be all over that one. I bet she's taking notes about it right now. He knows me so well. So as soon as we do this, I'm like, oh my gosh, shh. Write it down. And like I mentioned later on, I said to the person who had brought it up, I said, thank you for reminding me about that. I too had totally gotten away from it, and hadn't been using it for so long. But I said, I've got it in my notes now to get back into doing that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, because I have, besides doing all the admin stuff that I do behind the scenes for Casey during these events, I was taking down little notes. I've got stuff from the chat that I'm going through and having to pull those little nuggets out, and I can't wait for the recordings to come out, so that I can go back through and I can pause it, take notes, because there was so much in there, and I'm just like, I know I have missed a lot because of what I was doing at the time, but I know I can go back on the recordings and grab those nuggets. I just got super, super fired up. The brain's going in all directions right now, which is why I'm so mentally exhausted, still mentally exhausted. So after I'd taken notes out of the chat, I then thought, oh, hang on, I was supposed to get something to eat. So I got from getting something to eat to going to the bedroom to get changed, and then realizing, oh, I need to take a nap, and getting the bed ready for a nap, and then coming back out here to get, oh no, we need to eat first, and then coming back out here and sitting down at the computer, going through the chat notes, forgetting to eat, forgetting that I need a nap, and then all of a sudden I remember going, oh yeah, I need to eat breakfast. By this stage it's like 2:15 in the afternoon. I still hadn't had breakfast. So made up a brunch bowl, plate, whatever, and sat down and had that. And then after I had that, I went and napped, and we woke up about 45 minutes ago. It was just after 5:30 when we woke up. So it was a much needed nap. Feeling a little better now. Just had a light dinner, pre-dinner. We had the low dinner, high tea, low dinner. We had, if you're a hobbit, it was early dinner. I don't know if I will have anything else when we come back from the walk, but as soon as we're finished here, taking Zephy for a walk, because she has her places to visit to get treats now. My dog has found 2 places to get treats from, and she will walk towards their carport until she sees the deck's not there, and she stands there and whines, like calling out to them, are you there? And I go, look, door's locked, they're not home. We need to keep moving on. And then she's whining as we walk off down the street, to now where she sees people sitting on their patios, Oh, I can go get treats thinks that she can go get treats from them. And unless she sees another dog there, she will boldly start walking towards somebody's car. And I'm like, nope, we're not going that direction. And she starts performing about like, no, I want to go this way. And I'm like, no, I know that it's evening and that you're on loose leash, that you get to go wherever you want, but there are restrictions. So that was pretty cool. And so here we are. And, Networking Riches 2.0 is in the bag. It was a whole nother stratosphere. if you have attended Networking Riches in the past, when we offer this again, please come enroll, especially if you want to elevate your business, because this new version is it's in a whole nother stratosphere to what Networking Riches used to be. Let's just put it that way. The conversations are at a much higher level. We're talking more business than we have more business discussions. It was an incredible weekend. If my brain wasn't so fried, right? Oh, my brain is so fried. And I'm thinking, oh, I have to go back to work tomorrow. It's Monday tomorrow. But, and I almost didn't make the start of Networking Riches because daylight saving. Now, in Arizona, we don't change time, but we do change time, if that makes it. We don't change our clocks, but something that starts at 8 a.m. Pacific in standard time is 9 a.m. Mountain Time here in Arizona. Now, Arizona stays on Mountain Standard Time while the rest of the Mountain Time area moves 1 hour ahead into Mountain Daylight Time. In Mountain Standard Time, 8 a.m. here is the same as 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And since the whole COVID thing, I am a morning person who usually wakes up around 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 to 5 o'clock, usually before my alarm goes off at 5:07, and I get up and I'm into my day. Since this whole COVID thing, the alarm goes off at 5:07 and I keep hitting the snooze button and I wake up and it's like 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30. This morning I woke up, it was 6:55 and I had to be showered, dressed, face on, dog walked, face on, camera ready, and online by 7:45. I had 50 minutes to get up, showered, dressed, walk the dog. Oh, and I had to fit breakfast in there at some point. So that's why there was the protein shakes this morning, a banana. So I was eating a banana while I was getting dressed. And as soon as we got back from walking Zeffy, it was down some protein shake while I was putting my face on. And then I went and sat down and realized I was in the wrong shirt. So I had to go change my tops. I had my sparkle tops on and got on. And I was completely flustered because I didn't have my paperwork ready for today. I had the desk was clear and clean as it can be. But I had nothing prepped for today because that's usually part of my morning routine on Networking Riches days. So yeah, I was feeling pretty rushed this morning by the time I got online. I was like, oh, damn it. But, it's one of those things. Thankfully, this week, I was looking at my calendar and I'm going, thank goodness I don't have, I have an 8:30 is my earliest meeting this week. This coming week, my earliest meeting is 8:30. So, yeah, we will make that one. We will definitely make that one. But yeah, it was a little rushed this morning. So anyway, because I've now lost that extra hour in the morning that I used to have if something started at 8 a.m. Pacific time. I've lost that hour. But I have gained an hour at the end of the day because I now finish at 4 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. So that's pretty cool. So I get an extra hour back at the end of the day. But anyway, that's it for today. When we start talking about our next episode of Networking Riches coming up, and start promoting that. If you have been to Networking Riches in the past and you were not at Networking Riches 2.0 this weekend, please, please, please make an effort to be there at the next one because like I said, it's in a whole nother stratosphere to what Networking Riches used to be in. And the conversations were completely different, very business orientated. More business orientated than actually networking orientated, but it was how to build your business with a network, and much, much different conversations. So if you want to be part of that the next time around, look out for when we start promoting that and get in fast because it is going to be amazing. And this was the first run through we had of it. So, and it blew my even if I did not know that this was the first time they were doing this version of Networking Riches, I would have been like, because it was super fantastic, very super fantastic and sparkling. It was a whole nother stratosphere. Anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling rest of your evening, and we'll catch you guys back here at 6 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Hey, Connor.